It's once again that special time of year, a time when family and friends alike gather around the glowing LED sparkle of precious metals, when homes and businesses are decorated with highly marketed, brightly colored intellectual property, and evenings are filled with sitting around inauthentic replications of bygone-era traditions and ignoring the existential, political, and spiritual differences of the handful of people society has deemed qualified to push the Buy Now button on our Amazon wish lists. All of which is to delay the inevitable argument over the most important question inspired by the holidays: is The Nightmare Before Christmas a Halloween or Christmas movie? Hello, my name is Will, and welcome to First Draft Second Pass's offshoot series Third Take. Today is a very special episode because it is not only the first episode, it is also a holiday special. In order to give this question a fair shake, we first have to define what a Christmas movie is and what a Halloween movie is. Let's start with Christmas. After looking at the themes, aesthetics, and intentions of Christmas movies I'm familiar with, I've divided Christmas movies into three categories. The first category we'll call It's All About Christmas, Christmas movies. These typically feature an actual magical Santa Claus. Often there are scenes in the North Pole with a workshop, reindeer, and elves. Themes of faith, believing in something, and childlike wonder are rampant, and if not for the holiday, we would probably just call these fantasy films. Some examples would be Elf, The Santa Claus, Miracle on 34th Street, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and others. The second category is That's Not What Christmas Is About, Christmas movie. These are movies that feature a less magical Christmas and actually dwell more on lessons learned by individuals. For example, It's a Wonderful Life, Home Alone, A Christmas Carol, The Grinch, A Christmas Story, and Jingle All the Way. These movies always seem to have a takeaway that the most important thing about Christmas is none of the material things that make Christmas Christmas, but rather Christmas is really just about being nice, or whatever. The third category is This movie takes place on Christmas? Christmas movie? These are movies that take place at Christmas time, but most everyone forgot that that was the setting. These movies include movies like Die Hard, Gremlins, Iron Man 3, and Edward Scissorhands. So Nightmare Before Christmas seems to be a That's Not What Christmas Is About Christmas movie, because even though it features a real Santa and magic, it's not about faith or holding on to childlike wonder. It's mostly about Jack realizing that his material idea of what Christmas is not what Christmas is. The unique thing about this category is, while it's a Christmas category, it is actually refuting many of the themes that make Christmas Christmas, and could almost be thought of as an anti-Christmas movie. So, if it's an anti-Christmas Halloween movie, does that make it a Halloween movie? Well, now we need to define what a Halloween movie is. A bit harder to do, since there's less of a cash grab in that department. I've divided Halloween movies up into a few categories. The first is associated heavily with Halloween, but it's just a horror movie, Halloween movie. These are horror movies that have helped define the genre of horror and are everywhere during Halloween, but aren't really about the holiday. A couple examples will be Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Scream, Child's Play, and basically any cable-ready horror movie. The second category is the Tim Burton aesthetic Halloween movie. Movies like Addams Family, Beetlejuice, Little Shop of Horrors, Edward Scissorhands, Hotel Transylvania, and The Rocky Horror Picture Show. These movies aren't horror movies and don't take place on Halloween, but are nonetheless just creepy or odd enough to become synonymous with the holiday. And the third category is the actually takes place on Halloween movie. These feel like the most authentic Halloween movies, as they have both the aesthetics of Halloween and also have a lot to do with the actual holiday. Hocus Pocus, It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, and Halloween, to name the few I could think of. So the problem is with the first two categories is they don't really have anything to do with Halloween, and the issue with the third category is that aside from the date, they don't really have anything in common with each other. If you were to define a movie strictly by the date it takes place on, then we can only conclude that Nightmare Before Christmas is both a Halloween and a Christmas movie. So in the end, we learned that The Night Before Christmas is a Halloween and Christmas anti-Christmas Christmas movie. So what do we learn? Maybe deciding when to watch something isn't the point of watching it. Putting labels and strict rules on art is sort of the antithesis of that art. Who can tell me what art is, or how I should consume it? Maybe what makes movies fun is that it can mean something different to each and every person, and that once a filmmaker releases something, it is no longer theirs, but all of ours, and how we see it is just as valid, if not more so, than the original intent. Maybe the point is not to worry about when you should watch a movie or what you should call it, but rather how it makes you feel when you consume it. Maybe every movie is a secret Halloween movie, and every movie is a secret Christmas movie. I'm just kidding, it's a Christmas movie. It's got Christmas in the title. The third act takes place during Christmas. It's all about understanding what Christmas is, and Jack Skellington is the stand-in for Jesus. Also, a hot dog is not a sandwich, the toilet paper goes this way, and Epstein didn't kill himself.